We all love watching movies, don't we? We enjoy the glitz and glamour world of cinema almost every day. But why does it cost so much to make a movie? From high-profile actors' salaries to dazzling special effects, let's uncover the secrets behind the silver screen's hefty price tag. Eastern filmmakers are all set to do to movies what manga is currently doing in the US comic book industry. They create big, bombastic movies that rival Hollywood's best, but at a fraction of the cost. But how? Why are Hollywood movies so expensive? Part of the answer lies in the exorbitant salaries of top actors. These A-listers command such huge paychecks that they can push movie budgets to the brink of failure. For example, Jennifer Lawrence was famously paid $20 million, about 15% of the film's total budget, for her role in Passengers. But it's not just about the actors. Several other factors are driving up the cost of filmmaking. Even though there was almost no evidence to suggest that Jennifer Lawrence was actually a box office draw, she was paid a whopping $20 million for her role in Passengers. This is a crucial point. Being famous doesn't necessarily translate to being a box office draw. This is a common issue in Hollywood. Arnold Schwarzenegger was paid $30 million for Terminator 3, despite being past his prime and without a major hit in almost a decade. The days of Hollywood stars who could sell out theaters on their name alone are long gone. Even today, actors are paid exorbitant amounts. Mid-tier comedy actors like Adam Sandler and Will Ferrell, who haven't been commercially relevant in years, still command $20 million paychecks. Daisy Ridley, who hasn't done much since Star Wars, is being paid $12 million to reprise her role. And then there's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who's reportedly getting paid $50 million for a single movie. These salaries are absurd and raise the question of whether an actor is truly worth that much to a project. It's not just the actors themselves, it's everything that comes along with them. The biggest stars usually bring along a whole entourage of stylists, trainers, assistants, chefs, coaches, publicists, and more, all of whom need to be fed, housed, and paid from the production budget. This contributes to the spiraling cost of big-budget Hollywood films. To address this, there are a couple of potential solutions: putting a cap on salaries or reducing upfront payments in favor of back-end deals. However, both would require a significant overhaul of the Hollywood production system. Another issue is production bloat. Similar to how big companies can be inefficient and wasteful, Hollywood movies often have unnecessary processes, job titles, and people who don't contribute much to the project. You've probably seen long lists of producers and consultants in movie credits and wondered what they actually did. The truth is, many of them don't do much at all. Big movie projects attract many people who want to be attached to them for the prestige and attention they bring, even if their contributions are minimal. This leads to inflated budgets and the perception of a more significant impact on the project than is actually the case. Having the right name attached to your project can give it the credibility it needs to secure extra funding, better marketing, and bigger actors. However, all these people command salaries regardless of how much work they actually do, and many of them can be quite expensive. Additionally, many unnecessary positions have cropped up in recent years, such as intimacy coordinators, sensitivity readers, on-site therapists, and diversity and inclusion consultants. While their presence may not always improve the movie, they still cost a significant amount of money. This leads to an excess of layers of management and unnecessary personnel, resulting in a wasteful use of time, money, and resources. Another factor contributing to the high cost of movies is the excessive use of CGI. Modern movies often prioritize visual spectacle over character and story, leading to an over-reliance on CGI, which is expensive. Visual effects houses are in high demand and can charge high prices for their services. For example, the Indiana Jones series used models, pyrotechnics, stunt performers, and real locations for filming, which was more cost-effective than relying heavily on CGI. Raiders of the Lost Ark was made on a budget of just $20 million, which is about $67 million in today's money. In contrast, Dial of Destiny used extensive CGI, along with other costly factors we've discussed, pushing its production budget well over $300 million, almost 5 times larger than Raiders, even when adjusted for inflation. Did the increased budget result in a movie that's 5 times as good? Another factor contributing to the high cost of movies is bad writing. There's a push in Hollywood to replace older male writers with younger and more diverse writers. While this is great for diversity, it often means that these new writers lack the experience needed to create compelling stories. For example, it's easy to write a big, elaborate fight or chase scene, but it takes experience to craft a truly engaging story. Experienced screenwriters understand the constraints of production budgets and tailor their scripts accordingly. They know what can realistically be achieved within the available resources. New writers lacking this experience often write scenes that are too expensive or impractical to film. Additionally, many new writers struggle to create smart, complex, and logically consistent stories with compelling characters and meaningful arcs. This low-quality writing can lead to poor test screenings, which then necessitate costly reshoots. Reshoots have become increasingly common in modern filmmaking, as studios are reluctant to take chances with movies that test poorly with audiences. While reshoots have always been a part of filmmaking to some extent, they've become more prevalent today due to the high stakes involved in releasing a successful film. Movies like Justice League, Suicide Squad, Dial of Destiny, The Flash, and The Marvels all underwent massive reshoots due to poor test screenings and studio panic. However, reshoots often exacerbate existing problems. To fix these issues, studios may hire more writers, sensitivity readers, and diversity and inclusion consultants to ensure the script aligns with the intended message. They also need to bring back actors, assistants, intimacy coordinators, and on-site therapists to manage stress. Additionally, visual effects companies may need to be rehired to cover up script flaws with more CGI. All these additional costs contribute to the already high expenses of filmmaking, making it challenging to create movies within budget and schedule. The film industry has become bloated and inefficient, filled with expensive and unqualified individuals reliant on spectacle and superficiality. This has led to excessive budgets, making it challenging for movies to break even, let alone make a profit. To remedy this, Hollywood studios need to streamline their operations. They should reduce the number of unnecessary job roles on set, such as intimacy coordinators, sensitivity readers, and extra producers. This would help cut costs and make production more efficient. Additionally, studios should focus on creating compelling stories with strong characters rather than relying solely on visual effects and star power. This approach could help reduce budgets and increase the chances of success at the box office. To improve the situation, Hollywood should reduce its reliance on overblown CGI to compensate for weak scripts. Instead, they should prioritize practical effects and location shooting. They should also adjust actor salaries to reflect their actual draw at the box office, rather than paying excessive amounts based on outdated perceptions of star power. Additionally, studios should bring back solid, quality mid-budget movies that can be made for less than $100 million. These films offer more chances for success as they can afford to target specific audiences and avoid the need to appeal to everyone. This approach reduces the risks for studios, leading to less interference and more opportunities for creativity and innovation. Lastly, Hollywood should focus on hiring competent and experienced writers who can deliver good scripts rather than relying on unqualified individuals promoted into positions they're not suited for. This would help avoid the need for costly reshoots to fix substandard work. By following these suggestions, Hollywood may discover that making movies can be easier, more cost-effective, and more profitable than imagined. Alternatively, they can continue producing expensive films that fail to attract audiences, leading to financial ruin for the industry. The choice is theirs. Consider the year 2009. In 2009, Hollywood saw a mix of surprises and expectations. Big-budget films like Land of the Lost didn't perform as expected, while low-budget hits like Paranormal Activity thrived. James Cameron's Avatar drew attention not just for its groundbreaking effects, but also for its massive $500 million budget. During the mid-2000s economic boom, Hollywood attracted significant outside investment, with Wall Street firms pumping billions into films. These investments were structured to provide investors with a share of a film's profits over its lifetime, including box office sales, home entertainment, and licensing deals. This influx of capital allowed studios to reduce their own financial risk, while still taking a distribution fee from the profits. This financial model, akin to the one used for mortgage assets, led to a proliferation of big-budget films. Even Avatar, with its enormous budget, received a substantial portion of its funding from external sources. This approach minimizes risk for studios, but results in higher-cost productions overall. Despite the staggering costs and potential for substantial losses, the movie industry continues to thrive. The average movie ticket price in the United States soared to nearly $15 in 2022, reflecting the enduring appeal of the cinematic experience. However, this demand has been tempered by the rise of alternative streaming services and the trend of simultaneous releases in theaters and on streaming platforms. That concludes today's video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more. Until next time.